morning. I'm Maria and welcome back to my channel. And I just want to say good, beautiful morning, okay? I wish you guys all to have a beautiful, amazing, marvelous day today. And I also want to wish happy birthday to anybody who's having a birthday today. Happy birthday. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I wish you to have lots of happiness on this day, okay? Hola, buenos días. Yo soy María y bienvenidos a mi canal otra vez. Y también quiero desearles unos buenos días y que ustedes tengan un día maravilloso. Y también quiero desearles un feliz cumpleaños a todos los que estén cumpliendo años el día de hoy. ¡Felicidades! ¡Mua, mua, mua! Que tengan un cumpleaños maravilloso el día de hoy. Okay, so before I begin my story, I also want to give you guys a warning. This is going to be a sad sort of story time, so if that's a trigger for you, please click off this video right now, okay? I want to be an example of how a moment that seems like the most horrible thing that's ever happened to you could also come with something good, okay? I want to help people look at both sides of a terrible situation, okay? And that's why I'm doing this story time, okay? So I hope that this story time helps a lot of you who might be going through a tough time right now, who think that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to show you that there could be something positive to whatever situation you're going through right now, okay? This story time is called My Sour and Sweet Valentine Story, because this story occurred during Valentine's Day, around the Valentine's Day. It occurred between February 2nd all the way to like Valentine's Day. Today is February the 2nd, and February the 2nd is my dark day, okay? Everybody has a dark day, and today just happens to be mine. And the reason why today is my dark day is because today is the anniversary of the day that my mom passed away, okay? My mom passed away when I was 16 years old. And she passed away on this day. On her death certificate and everything else, it says that she died on February the 10th, but she officially died on February the 2nd. It's just that on February the 10th was the day that, you know, it was legal, you know. And I believe it was also the day that she was cremated, so that's the day that on her death certificate says that she passed away. But all the situation occurred on February the 2nd, okay? And everybody's going to be like, oh, your mom died on February the 2nd, but what does that have to do with Valentine's Day? Well, during this time, from February 2nd, I was depressed, and I was an emotionally very sensitive teenager for a very long time. But for me, February 2nd and February the 14th became very, even more sensitive because during Valentine's week, I found out that my mom was going to be, my mom's ashes were going to be taken and they were going to be buried in Mexico, because where my mom was born and where her father's ashes were buried, or where he was buried, okay, because my grandfather had died like a while back and he had been buried over there in Mexico, because my grandfather and most of our relatives, my mom's relatives and my father's relatives were born, and my parents were born in Mexico, so they, you know, they have a lot of their family buried over there, okay? So I found out that my mom was going to be taken to Mexico and was going to be buried over there, because my dad didn't want to go all the way to Mexico. So one of my uncles on my mom's side said that he was going to go to Mexico, and he offered to take her ashes to be buried over there. And so I was very sad, because it was going to be the last, the Valentine's week was going to be the last time that we were going to have my mom's ashes at the house. So I was very sensitive. And during this time at my school, they were selling like roses for Valentine's Day. And since I knew that this was the last time I was going to have my mom around, or my mom's ashes around at the house, I really, really wanted to buy her something nice. It was going to be the last gift, memorable gift that I was going to give her, okay? And so I saw that they were giving these roses. And for me, I think roses are a very beautiful, elegant gift that you can give somebody to tell them that you love them. And I love my mom so much. And so I wanted to buy her a rose, okay? And they were selling roses from like the beginning of Valentine's week, of that Valentine week, all the way to Valentine's Day, okay? And I really wanted to buy my mom a rose. But unfortunately, I couldn't because I didn't have any money. And because I didn't get allowance, okay? I didn't get an allowance. And I was also, my father didn't allow me to work. He didn't let me work, okay, when I was in high school. I was not allowed to work. So I couldn't go, I wasn't working, so I didn't have any money. And for those of you who are like, why didn't you just ask your dad to give you money to buy the flower, the rose? Well, because my dad, type of person who thinks that buying people gifts is useless, pointless, ridiculous, and he is not shy to tell you that you are ridiculous and that it's a terrible idea, and that you're just not a smart person if you are that type of person who gives people gifts. Okay, so I was already emotionally unstable and very sensitive at the time, and I just did not feel like asking him for money to buy her this rose because I knew what he was gonna say, and like I said, I was already emotionally sensitive, and I didn't feel like hearing something negative coming out of his mouth, okay? And I didn't want him to like say anything mean to me. Like I said, I was already sad, and I didn't need any more negativity and toxicity, okay, to add to my emotional depression already, my sadness, okay? And so during this time, I was going through all these negative emotions because I was feeling frustrated. I was feeling useless because I really wanted to buy this rose for her, but I couldn't find the money to buy it for her. And then at the same time, I was feeling bad because I was feeling guilty because I was like, this is the last gift you're going to be able to buy her, and you're useless because you can't have the money, or because you don't have the money to buy this gift, okay? And I was already like, I was already arguing and fighting with myself internally and emotionally. And then Valentine's Day hit. And I don't know if this still happens at school, but at the time when I was in school, whenever Valentine's hit, you had parents, relatives, or your significant other who bought you Valentine's gifts, and you had to drop them off at the front office, and then the front office would like catalog all these gifts, and they would announce your name over the intercom, and then you would go to the office to pick up your gift, okay? So on this day, it was already the end of the day. I'll tell you how surprised, how shocked. They called my name on the intercom, and at first, because they called my name a couple of times, okay? The first time they called my name, I thought they had made a mistake, okay? My name is Maria, and I thought that they had confused me with somebody else because there were so many girls with the same name as me. So I was like, oh my gosh, they made a mistake. There's no way, because I had never received a Valentine's gift on Valentine's before, okay? So I was just assuming that they had made a mistake. So I didn't even go to the office, okay? I didn't even consider it. I was like, there's no way. They made a mistake. They probably thought it was me, but it was some other girl, okay? So I didn't even go. And then they called my name the second time, and then the third time. And the third time, I got up, and I went to the office, and when I entered, and I saw the secretary there, I was like, I think you called my name on the intercom, but I'm 100% sure that you made a mistake, that there is no way that whatever it is that you're about to give to me is for me. Are you sure that it's for me? Because I'm 100% sure that you probably made a mistake and it's for somebody else who just happens to have the same first name as me. And then she said, no, I did not make a mistake. They clearly said that this was for you. And so they gave it to me, okay? And you guys are not gonna guess what it was. Somebody, and I say somebody because there was no note on there. It was an anonymous gift that was dropped off at the front office for me. And I don't know who gave it to me, but whoever it was, I thank them every single day of my life, okay? I thank them. I thank you because somebody anonymously gifted me a rose for Valentine's Day, okay? And here is where I say that not everything is as bad as it seems, okay? Yes, losing my mom during this time frame was the saddest thing that ever happened to me, but it was also the time period, but during this time, something beautiful also happened, okay? Because somebody gave me a flower, gifted me a rose, okay? And thanks to this someone, I had a rose that I was able to gift to my mom, okay? I got home and the first thing I did was I gave it to my mom, okay? So thanks to this person, I was able to have that rose that I really wanted so that I can give it to my mom. So I gifted it to her, and then the next day, my uncle arrived to pick up my mom's ashes, and I didn't see him, okay, because he arrived when I was at school, and by the time I arrived, you know, he had already left, okay, but I had told my dad to tell him if he could please take the rose with him. And I know some people are going to say, the rose probably didn't even arrive in good condition. No, it probably didn't. But you know, the thought, the feeling, the intention was there, okay? And I was happy that I was able to give my mom that rose. And this is why my story time is called My Sour and Sweet Valentine Story. There was something sweet that somebody did for me that I was able to do for my mom at a time and a very sad in my life. As you can see, not everything that seems horrible, completely bad, is 100% terrible, okay? So this kind of became a tradition for me, and every single year on this day, I try to give my mom a rose, every single year for, during this time, to commemorate this day. And this year, unfortunately, I wasn't able to give her a rose because they were out of roses at the store. Don't ask me why they didn't have a single rose at the store. Today's February 2nd. It's not Valentine's Day, so we can't understand why there wasn't any roses at the store here. At first, we're like, maybe it's a Valentine thing. Maybe people bought Valentine gifts already, and they bought all these roses. But I'm like, why? It's not February the 14th. Today's February the 2nd. You still have plenty of time, but apparently they had no more roses, okay? So, but we did buy her flowers. Here we go. See? Yeah. So I did buy my mom flowers, and we have an altar here at home where we have photos of our loved ones, and I put these flowers at the altar in front of my mom's photo. And so yeah, that's what we do every year. It's just like, it's a gesture, a kind gesture to commemorate my mom and to remember how much we care about her and how special she was to us. So yeah, so that is my story time. I hope you liked the story. If you liked it, please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.